First question, Jennifer Hale.
Hi, Coach. Welcome to New Orleans. For those of us who are learning about your team tonight, could you tell us a little bit about what it's like now, life without James Harden? It certainly seems like the record is saying you're doing extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through quite a bit, obviously, with the trade and then with injuries and a bunch of different starting lineups. And we're starting to come together, especially on the defensive end. We're doing a good job of pressuring the ball and being in help position and defending pick and rolls and coming together with limited practice time, just like every other team in the NBA. But the offensive end is a work in progress. We have John Wall and Victor Oladipo, who have played, I believe, just 2 games together, and Christian Wood, who is an emerging star right now, playing really at a very high level and trying to figure out how all those guys can play to their strengths while helping each other play to their strengths is the goal at this point right now. And we haven't really gotten there just because of all the flux we've been in. But, we're moving in the right direction.
Jonathan Fagan.
Hi, Stephen. Just to get this one out of the way, since I haven't been able to ask it all year, same starters?
Same starters. Yes. Is this the first time this season that we've had the same starters back-to-back? Lakers.
No, right. It's close. I think it might be the first 2, right? Portland, Denver?
Yeah, possibly. And then the Lakers. But
yeah.
Yes.
My actual question, the pace has been up a whole lot more in the last 8 games. Putting aside that you're getting more steals, forcing more turnovers, and then there's shorter possessions, how do you like where the pace is or whatever improvement, or is that even important?
It's important. It's definitely important. We want to use our defense to create offense first and foremost. And secondly, I think our guys can play to their strengths best when we're playing faster and there's gaps for them to attack and we are not playing against a set defense. And Christian is trailing in with a 5-man trying to decide whether he's going to stay up with Christian or be all the way back. So yeah, our pace is something that we talk about quite a bit, and as one of the things that I wrote on the board today, as far as us getting the ball up the floor quickly, so we don't have to play against a set defense. We don't have to run so many set plays.
Thank you.
Adam Spolin.
Hey, Stephen. So oftentimes players will get judged by the numbers that they put up in box scores. PJ is never really going to light up box scores. So can you just describe the impact that he has for you on both ends without being able to put up these huge numbers?
Yeah, I mean, he's, first of all, ultimate professional, will do whatever it takes to win, a leader on this team that everybody listens to. And his effect on the offensive end is he's one of our best screeners. He has a knack for creating action for others and making it to where others can play really well while he's on the floor. He spaces well to the corners and makes it hard on his man as far as help situations. Is he going to go help or is he going to stay attached to PJ for the corner 3? And then on the defensive end, he's the guy who's doing all the talking. He's the guy who makes sure everybody's organized. One thing that we say is communication brings organization, and he's the main communicator on the floor. He can switch on to smaller guys. He can defend bigger guys in the post. He's just an all-around, not necessarily, like you said, you're not going to see any of that in the stats, but he's such an important piece to what we do.
Zach Allen.
Hey, Coach. So last night, Steven Adams had 19 rebounds. So are you looking to play DeMarcus Cousins and Christian Wood at the same time and give the same exact minutes?
Yeah, I was just actually in the coach's locker room putting all that together and trying to figure out how we're gonna keep Steven Adams off the boards. Obviously, we're gonna start Christian, but Cuz is gonna have to be a big part of that, and matching the physicality, keeping him from allowing them to have second possessions, and it's a fight down there. It's a battle. So I'm not sure if those guys are going to end up playing together or not at this point, but Cuz is going to be a big part of that physical matchup between two big, strong guys.
Cody Davis.
Hey, Coach. Earlier you touched on the fact that how Christian Wood is emerging as a young star. Can you just talk about his growth from training camp, and in what ways has he actually impressed you and surpassed your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, he's grown a lot since training camp. He has found where he can be successful on the floor, whether it's at the top of the floor or he's finding some areas in the paint where he can shoot his little floater. He has such a soft touch, and we're going to expand that to getting him to the corner some and making a decision harder for his man, whether he's going to help, kind of like what I was saying with PJ. Are they going to help on our drives, or are they going to stay home on our shooters? And he's one of those shooters. So, but the biggest jump I would say for him has been on the defensive end. We've gotten a little bit more aggressive with our coverage when he's in it, and he's done a really good job. And the last couple games that he's played in, he's done a good job with his pick and roll defense on the ball, and then recovering back to his man or helping somebody else. So I would say the biggest jump that he's made so far, and you don't really see it in the points or the rebounds, but it's on the defensive end.
Jonathan Fagan.
On the decision on the guys going to the G League, particularly Kevin Porter Jr., why was that the best route for him to get up to speed again?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be playing 17 games in 30 days or something like that. And we just felt for all three guys, it'd be important for them to get some games under their belts, play in our system. They're going to be playing the exact same system that we play here. And for all three of them, this is an opportunity for 1 month to improve and to get better. And for him, it's for him to get his feet wet with what we do, how we do it. And then he hasn't played in quite a while. So to have consistent games night after night or every other night is important for him and his growth as far as being a part of our team.
Thank you.
Saman Ali.
Hey, Stephen. You went to that small lineup with PJ Tucker at center when Anthony Simons and the Blazers starting in and hitting some threes. Is that a lineup you'd like to use more regularly, or is that kind of a break in case of defensive emergency kind of lineup?
I like that lineup a lot. It's been successful for us, whether it's PJ at the 5 or JT at the 5. So that's something that we're going to continue to explore. Obviously, with Christian playing as well as he is and DeMarcus playing well, it's kind of hard to get to at times, but I got to figure out times where it makes sense for our group. And maybe if we're struggling with our energy or struggling with the coverage, I can go small. We can get to our switching, and it's just a good curveball to throw at the offense.
Zach Allen.
Hey, Coach, on Zion Williamson tonight, will you force him more to his right for the help side defense because he's more dominant to his left side of the left side of the paint because he attacks more on his left side?
You can't really force him anywhere. He's so quick, and when he goes right, if he's on the right side of the floor, he can rip it baseline and so quickly get to his finish, or go right and spin back to his left. So it's not like you can kind of force him to his right. He's obviously very good going left as well. You kind of have to play him square, knowing that the left is what he wants to finish with. But his quickness is what separates him from defenders, because he doesn't hold the ball. As soon as he gets it, he's making a quick decision, and we have to be ready for that, not just on the ball, but with our help.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Yep.